Hey YouTube, this is The Art of Prepping, looking at two different books today. These are some books I've had for many years. Actually, when I was quite young, I had these books. The first one is called CIA Special Weapons and Equipment. And this was The Spy Devices of the Cold War by Keith and Melton. And the foreword is written by Honorable Richard Elms, former Director of Central Intelligence. And just a pretty neat book. Let's see when this was written. Some of these publications can be quite old, but this one is not too old, actually. It looks like it goes back to original publication of 1944, declassified, and it was republished when I got it in 1993. So it's pretty cool. Here's some of the contents right here. It has a deer gun, stinger, cigarette pistol, sniper rifle, rod, pencil, silenced pistol kit, tear gas pen, dart gun, and Walter PPK silenced pistol, which was a big deal back then. And then you have photographic equipment stuff, agent communications equipment, radio stations and surveillance, audio surveillances, homing beacons, body microphones, and different ways, entry picks, lock picks, incendiaries, fire starters, firing devices, explosives, and automotive attacks, harassing agents, accessories, and the appendix. So, pretty cool. I won't go through every page, but I just flipped through this for you, just to kind of give you an idea. Here's a dog repellent. Puppy chow type of device here as a repellent. Has hollow shaving cans to conceal items, concealment desk. Just a really neat publication. Might want to check this out if you have access. Here's a rubber airplane. It's collapsible and foldable, and looks like it's pretty much inflatable. All kinds of really cool stuff here, guys. If you're into this at all, might want to get a copy of this book. Different lockpick sets, sound detection devices, homing beacons, all kinds of radio stations, hidden cameras, secret writing pads, wristwatch cameras, and lots of photographic items, silenced rifles, pins, there are guns, all kinds of cool things. So that's the CIA Special Weapons and Equipment. Here's the ISBN number. And you can see way back in the day, probably in the mid-90s is when I got this. And $14.95 back in the day. Who knows what they go for now, or if they're even made. They are produced by a company called Sterling. So that might be the printing company. The other book, though, is the OSS Special Weapons and Equipment Spy Devices of World War II by Keith Melton. And the same guy. And so the foreword was written by William Colby, and this one, the former Director of Intelligence of Central Intelligence, the CIA. Here's the information here. It does look like this one was came from an original publication in 1944, and it was republished in the first paperback edition in '92 by Sterling Publications as well. Pretty cool. Here's some of the items, somewhat similar to the other book, but there's a lot of different variations. So you have personal weapons in this one, incendiaries, explosives, communication devices and equipment, harassing agents, automotive attacks, firing devices, accessories. So you have all kinds of those things, and we'll just flip through this one. This is more specific for the OSS. Pretty cool. Adhesive pastes, firing devices, firing device releases, pressure switches, all kind of coded cipher devices, suitcase radios, explosive coals, all kinds of really neat things. Sleeve daggers, that's pretty cool. Lapel knives, and small fighting knives. It even tells you the areas of how to use the knife, what artery to cut, and so forth. Pretty wild. Gives you demonstrations and illustrations for that. This is the main OSS fighting knife right here. It's pretty interesting. There was a lot of different manufacturers, I do believe, that made this. I think the first one, if I'm correct, is maybe Gerber made a variant of this, and Camillus may have also. I'm not for sure about that, but I remember seeing variations of that when I was younger, and they were still producing them. Of course, there's a lot of replicas of these things. So anyways, we just got these two books here. I was just getting some old books out of a tote, and I found these, and I was like, that's pretty cool stuff. If you also have some pretty cool books about the CIA or the OSS special weapons, or any type of clandestine types of material, or any kind of neat books on this topic, feel free to put it in the comments below, or send a reply video. And as always, thanks for watching.